Morning Blitz begins now.
I just realized I cut open my finger, and I have no idea how. I got a wound.
Ooh, you're bleeding.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened. I didn't feel it. I just looked down, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
It happens to me all the time. My wife will say, how'd you do that? I'm like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, I got a wound. Huh.
It happens.
I wonder what I did. Apparently my laptop got a little upset with me or something. I don't know. I haven't touched anything.
Follow the blood droplets. See where it all started.
That's what I don't see anything anywhere. Huh. Oh, well. Learn something new every day.
You get CIS in here.
Yeah. Jeez. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Kelly.
Hi.
What's happening?
I saw Kelly put the word out yesterday about the have all those things ceased now?
I don't really know. I'm kind of confused about what's going on, but I guess people, and they're all Blitz people who are getting Facebook Messenger messages about this giveaway. And it's all Blitz people who've told me they've received it.
Yeah. Oh, so they were getting direct messages from you?
From me, but only the Blitz people.
Yeah,
so it
only
is connected with me and the Blitz page. I don't know how, but I'm not getting any people who aren't connected with the Blitz getting this message.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a personal thing. It was all on the Blitz page. That's where everything initiated from.
Yeah, so not sure. I did change my password just in case, but I got a bunch of messages yesterday afternoon that they received something like around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not sure how to stop it other than begging people to please report it when they get the message. So that's sort of what I put out yesterday. And, I'd hate to have somebody have their identity stolen because of something that has my name on it. So hopefully...
Well, it's not your fault.
It will get taken care of.
Those bad actors.
I'm still pissed I didn't win any money. And Kelly Quinn telling me
somebody said, where's my washer dryer?
Yeah.
And I like the fake version of Kelly better because she has money to give away.
I love the website on there, 99-7-the-blitz/myfreePaysites.com. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, Travis, I saw that too. Gas jumped up overnight. Did you see that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I saw it for $2.89 yesterday. It was like $2.59 or $3.59.
I was going to say $2.89. Where were you?
It was $2.89 yesterday.
$2.89?
Yeah, London. Yesterday, $2.89.
Was that 82 octane?
No, it was the real deal, normal stuff.
What's normal?
but everywhere else it was like I saw it for $3.09 in a couple places. Now we've jumped up to $3.59 because what Travis said, a light bulb burned out in a foundry someplace, so they had to raise gas to cover the cost of that one light bulb everywhere.
I mean, like $3.59 is what I've been seeing for weeks.
All I want for Christmas is every CEO from every fuel company lined up on the stage so we commoners can line up and walk by and kick them all in the junk as we go.
I'm reading a Washington Post article as we speak about groceries and general merchandise getting cheaper. Like a bunch of prices have dropped just recently. Toys, toilet paper. They say that Target, Best Buy, Michael's, Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, and KFC have all announced price drops or have just dropped prices.
Yeah, my wife said there's a price war going on currently.
Awesome. I'm all for that. I guess we all have pulled back on spending so much that everybody's freaking out.
They have a choice.
That's right.
Chuck says $2.95 in Chillicothe.
$2.95?
Yeah, but now it jumped up to... But again, I saw it at Sheetz. Although Sheetz has been $3.59 for like the last few days. Like I don't know what they've got going on. If everybody else is, if everybody else is like $2.95 or $3.09, why are you $3.59?
Dude,
You're just asking people not to show up.
I don't remember the last time I saw a 2 in the front on a gas tank anywhere ever.
Okay, I'm looking at ColumbusGasPrices.com, and I will give you the most recent postings of an hour ago. $2.83 at Meyer on Diley Road. $2.91 on Kroger on Gender Road. That was just an hour ago. 2 hours ago. Sheetz on Campus View Boulevard, $2.94.
This is the price of economy gas, right?
Yeah, because
This is regular gas.
I will never put the what is it, the 88? I'll never use it again. I used it
88.
Yeah, the 88 octane, which is like the higher ethanol gas.
87, 89, and 90.
There's also an 88 at Sheetz. It's usually the cheapest.
An 88?
Yeah, it's usually the cheapest, but I ran it one time. I'll never run it again.
Well, you should run whatever your car calls for.
Yes, I know, but it was cheaper, and I said, can I run? I went online, and I'm like, hey, can I run this? I'm like, yeah, your car should be able to run on it. Nope. Not in my Roadster, in my Jeep. I'll never run it again.
Yeah, you have a car manual, and it tells you which to use, which octane. That's the one you want to use.
Yeah, but our mechanic Dale told you one. I was standing there when he told you one day you are wasting money putting premium in your truck.
That's right,
and you still do it.
No, I don't.
Oh, you stopped?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you still did it.
No, I checked the manual. He was right. I use 89 now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still putting premium in.
But I'm paying $359 for 89.
Okay. Now the kid at home wastes money on premium in his Civic because
the other guy did it, so I got to do it too.
So you're not basing it on any real facts.
Yeah, that's some research now.
Great. Okay.
All right, we got a shot at Daniel Tosh tickets again today, and we will give those away during Soundiculous at 7:35. Who won last week? Kelly, do you know this guy over here tried to get me thinking he let me win last week?
I just simply said that maybe sometimes you have to throw somebody a bone to make them feel good.
Maybe you took a dive.
Yeah.
All right.
Make it feel good.
You buying that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did you take a dive?
Keep in mind, this was the game where he was wanting us to pull tape because he didn't feel I was a split second ahead of him on an answer.
But I didn't really put up much of a fight.
You really didn't. You sort of hands up surrendered real quick.
I hit it. And I also, maybe didn't quite guess as fast as I could have for certain things.
You took a beat?
Yeah.
You pulled the old Kelly Quinn method?
Sometimes you do.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, man.
Sometimes you got to make some.
Whatever helps you sleep.
Sometimes you got to make some. I've planted the seed of doubt since yesterday. As long as you feel good about your win. It doesn't. If you feel good about it, there's no reason why it would be tainted.
Sounds to me like you're trying to make yourself feel better about your loss.
No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
All right, so we'll do that at 7:35. We've also got another comedian show to announce. We'll do that just before 10 this morning. Give away some tickets. Let's get to Morning Blitz trivia with $25 to waterbeds and stuff going out to the first person who can text in the correct answer at 99700. We are getting a new tallest building in the United States. It will become the tallest building in the country. It has been approved for unlimited height. And I just want to know, what city will this building be in the United States? The new tallest building will be going up in what city? Be the first one to tell us at 99700 and get that gift card.
Godsmack. Morning Blitz. 623. Thick. Kelly Lewis. I love that Godsmack video. You ever seen that one?
Yeah. It's excellent.
It's one where they go into the school and have all the kids playing. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. Some of those little bastards can really play.
All right, Morning Blitz trivia question today. We are getting a new tallest building in the United States. It's been approved for unlimited height. I mean, there has to be a limit, right? I mean, you can't just have an unlimited height for a building.
Well, I mean, yeah, you would think. I mean, how high? What's the safety if you get higher and higher?
I don't know, man. Yeah, what is One World Trade Center? How many? Not 100 and some?
I'm not sure. Well, the tower in Dubai that they climbed in Mission Impossible was the tallest building in the world.
In the world, yeah. One World Trade Center is the tallest in the country here in the United States. Anyway, this one is going to be in Oklahoma City.
Oh, really?
That's where it's going, yeah. Last week, the Oklahoma City Council approved a new zoning application for the Legends Tower. And they are removing height restrictions.
That's weird.
Yeah. There's still some hurdles that need to be met, but it's just kind of like,
I would just think that, I don't know, why do you want to build it so high?
I don't know.
What necessitates a giant skyscraper? I'm asking. I'm just curious.
I mean, I get it. The whole idea is to get as much stuff in one square space as possible, ground-wise.
Sure.
But I don't know how. Is there that much stuff going on in Oklahoma City that you need a building this tall? I didn't know Oklahoma City was that thriving.
That's what I'm curious about. In New York, I understand, because in New York,
you
have to build up. because you're out of room.
Right.
But in Oklahoma City, are you really out of room? I mean, I drove through Oklahoma City. There is nothing there.
This will make Oklahoma City the only metropolis outside of New York and Chicago to have one of the top 10 tallest buildings in the country. No, okay, here. The plan is 1,907 feet tall. So it'll be the number one tallest building in the country, the fifth tallest building in the world.
I mean, you do you.
I know. They do have an NBA team now, so.
The Thunder. Pretty decent NBA team.
But I just thought it was funny. It was Oklahoma City, and let's see. Tyler from South Vienna was the first person to text in the correct answer of Oklahoma City. And so he scores $25 to Waterbeds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores. Yeah, I mean, of all cities, Oklahoma City.
Sean said tourism is the need.
Tourism?
Yeah. Let's go see the fifth tallest building in the world.
Oh, is that it?
I guess. I don't know.
Kelly, would you go to Oklahoma City to see the new tallest building in the country?
I would go to see anything in Oklahoma City.
Oh, really?
I've never been.
Okay.
I did a report. We had to do a report in 3rd and 4th grade on our favorite state. I picked Oklahoma both times and did 2 separate reports.
Do you know why Oklahoma?
Yeah. Do you know what made you pick that?
Yes, because I love the shape with the panhandle.
Oh, okay.
I was so into it. And the main reason is I loved the musical as a kid.
Oh.
My mom had the record. I knew every word, everything inside and out about that musical. And I'm like, Oklahoma. That seems like the coolest place in the world to me. So I wrote a report on it 2 years in a row. And I got an A both times.
My friend, one of my really good friends, it does a morning show in Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely go visit. I've never, ever seen it. And I did 2 flipping reports on the state as a little kid. I would go for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Take a better time to start in life.
Oh.
Start that farmer with a brand new wife.
Shane said,
I haven't heard this before ever.
Right.
Shane said you'd go to Oklahoma, but not if Rick plans the vacation.
Right. Not if I'm going. Where do they start saying Oklahoma?
You have to be patient, I guess.
This is the one, though, like Oklahoma, where the wind, whatever it is.
I guess there's a big intro to the actual part you want to hear.
Wait.
Ready?
Here we go. And our new building is 1,900 feet and 7.
Aww.
Yeah.
That gives me such good memories.
That's hilarious.
Clay said, I bet Kelly remembers her own birth. She may have the best memory ever and should be studied.
Oh, well, okay, that is highly debatable amongst the people even in this own room. But thank you, Clay. You made me feel better about my memory.
6:41 on your morning blitz. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. I'm Lewis on a Taco Tuesday. Are you making tacos today?
No.
Goose is throwing up a taco recipe.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I'm all right there.
Just throwing it out there.
What were they? Soy tacos? Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
No, it does not to me.
Get yourself some
I love Goose, but
vegan cheese and throw it up on top of there.
I don't love some of his food ideas.
Nothing's...
Although, again, he's brought us food that a few times that was really good.
If you're looking to change up your Taco Tuesday, perhaps soy and vegan cheese would be the way to go.
I'd like to make some meatballs. You got those in my head. Oh, I wish. All right, so a woman in North Carolina, her name is Tara. She was working as a server at an upscale restaurant over Memorial Day weekend. And she saw a guy seated at a table. And with him was a blow-up doll, like sitting at the table. Dining with him. Well, he was dining with the doll, I guess. The doll wasn't dining, but you know what I mean. And Tara just couldn't help herself. She pulled out her camera to make a TikTok. She just couldn't help it. She says, okay, I'm not supposed to be making TikToks at work, but I can't help it. This calls for it. It went viral. And in a later interview, she was indeed fired for breaking the rules. She didn't seem to mind. She said she was planning on quitting anyway. As for the guy, there's apparently a story behind that, too. He filmed his own TikTok during the dinner.
Oh, we got the other perspective.
Yes. Says apparently it was not his idea. It was his punishment for losing a fantasy football league.
Now that makes sense.
Yep.
Did him and the doll go Dutch?
Right.
Do you remember on Will and Grace when Jack brought his Cher doll and sat her in a chair? I don't know if you guys watch Will and Grace. That, and then on Seinfeld when George brought the doll that Susan had that looked exactly like his mom, and he was having a fight with the doll at the restaurant.
That one I remember.
I don't mind a person having dinner with a doll, especially if it's to pay off a bet.
Well, maybe the doll was better conversation
than his buddies?
His date, or whoever else it would have been. Wonder if he got the doll just a salad.
Right.
I'll just have a salad. Because you're starving, and you're going to go home and scarf down pizza rolls and ranch 3 hours after this date's over. I've seen this.
True. That is so true. Yeah, so I guess he had to film the TikTok for the fantasy league. I've been running a fantasy league for 30 years, and we've never done anything like that. Have you ever been in a league where you did that? Where you had the team in last place had to do something? Because we heard the stories. The guy had to sit at Waffle House for 24 hours and eat a waffle every hour.
I saw the guy who had to go take the ACT test.
Yeah.
That was he lost a fantasy football, so he had to take the ACT test to pay for it and all. I thought that was funny.
I've been in a money league with some record label people for probably going on 15 years now. And no, never had that. We don't have a championship belt either, which does kind of piss me off because I would cut WWE style promos with a championship belt if I were to win it.
Yeah, we need a trophy or something for the Blitz League.
Yeah.
People in the Blitz League are already talking. I mean, it's only June, and they're already talking.
By they, you mean you?
No, I mean
pretty much
Eric McGuire, Jeff back there in sales. Everybody's ready for football.
That's two.
This is kind of the dead zone for sports, although we do have the Olympics to look forward to. Is that exciting for somebody who really, really desires football season?
I'm an Olympic fan. I've always liked the Olympics, and especially this year, there's breakdancing.
Yes,
so I'm interested to see what that looks like.
I'm liking baseball, but it's funny you brought baseball up because you had the Padres outfielder lifetime ban for gambling. This is going to keep happening.
Yeah.
You saw the Toronto Raptors player in the NBA. This is going to keep happening. So my question is, why are we not putting Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame?
It's just,
Gambling is legal in sports now.
But it wasn't when he broke the rules.
Sure, I know.
That's what they're going to say. That's
exactly what they're saying. He's going to be dead first before it happens.
Yeah, and then they'll put him in.
But you're going to start seeing this, especially with low-level players. You're going to start seeing this happen more and more and more and more. You had the Shohei Ohtani thing. Oh, that's just a one-time thing. Really? Well, now you got a Padres player banned for life. How much of a one-time thing is it?
You mean corruption will come from gambling?
Oh, absolutely.
Really? I can't imagine.
Absolutely. And you've already opened the box, so you can't shut it.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Yeah, you'll never get that back in the box. I mean, gambling's here. It's not going anywhere. But but at least people are getting caught. They're getting punished for it. You had two guys suspended for a year, and you had a guy who's bounced for life.
Yep.
So, as long as they keep on top of it and don't let the stuff get out of hand. But who's not getting caught, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those are just the dumb ones. 6:51. It's your morning blitz. Kelly, Thick, Lewis. Good Tuesday morning to you. Not you. You.
I don't know how to take that.
Take it however you want.
Didn't know who you were pointing at.
I wasn't pointing at anybody in particular.
All right. Do you guys know that 30 years ago today, you guys, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman were murdered?
Oof.
He didn't do it. I mean, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
30 years ago.
Dang.
That's a while ago,
That's
right?
something, isn't it? I that is burned in my brain, that whole thing. In fact, I worked in news at 97.1 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And
they were what, oldies then?
oldies, and then their AM did a bunch of news, WBNS. So, of course, like, we're doing tons of coverage on this. And do you remember when you would play sound during a news report, like a sound of somebody talking,
right,
on the scene or whatever?
Yeah, just
it would be on those like carts. They're like, they look like 8-track cartridges. I saved my cartridges from that whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You still have them?
I still have them.
Wow.
I just took them home because I'm like, this is like the most, it was just so jarring and horrifying.
Right.
And it just dug so deep in my brain. I was like, I feel like I have to keep these is that weird? It's kind of macabre. It's one of those like people who like to sell, it's like murderabilia or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done anything with it. They're in my basement. They probably don't work anymore, but I kept them because it was such a wild, horrifying thing that happened. You couldn't even believe it.
I didn't realize that the trial lasted 9 months. I guess I just didn't seem like it lasted that long, but
it was wild. It was the whole Judge Ito dancers all the stuff they...
Oh my gosh, my favorite memory from that whole thing, as far as something funny that came out of it to me, was, everybody remembers Susie Wad. Well, Susie had her own coffee mug. And it's whatever, I can't remember what it said on it, but it had her name and likeness on it and everything. And she sent a coffee mug to Judge Ito.
Yeah.
And one day in court, there it was sitting on the bench.
Other radio stations across this nation did that too. And hers was chosen for one day of the trial to sit there. Yes.
And he was drinking out of Susie Wad's cup.
I mean, that's a circus,
That was
honestly.
the first televised court thing.
I think it might have been.
The one that trial was the first televised, like 24-hour a day. You could watch it.
Man,
kind of thing.
that was something else.
2 people weren't the only. There wasn't just the 2 people that died during that whole thing. David Hasselhoff's American rock career died also.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Columbus police say a suspect who was charging at people with a knife was fatally shot by officers last night. Police called about a man who was reportedly in the middle of the street somewhere around Georgesville Road. They haven't exactly pinpointed that for the news, but he was out there lunging at people as they were walking by or driving by. Officers found him standing next to a vehicle with what appeared to be an edged weapon, so they told him to show his hands. He ignored the command, got in the car, and drove away. So officers followed him to the intersection of Sullivan Avenue and Industrial Mile, where they say he got back out of the car with the weapon and started walking into oncoming traffic. Officers followed. They unsuccessfully deployed a stun gun, and that's when they say the man turned toward them and charged with the weapon. Multiple officers fired, hitting the suspect. He was taken to the hospital, pronounced dead shortly before midnight. Apple has unveiled artificial intelligence-fueled features across several key products, bringing the tech giant into the big AI race. The latest version of Apple's operating system will deliver customizable tools using generative AI for iPhones, Mac, and iPad. Language tools will be able to improve or summarize text, and image generators will supplement photos with extra adornment. It's all called Apple Intelligence and is the product of an agreement between Apple and OpenAI, the firm behind ChatGPT. So if none of that makes sense, it sort of swims in my brain as I don't really get what's going to be happening. Here's an example. A revamped Siri will draw on generative chat technology to improve its language comprehension, and will be retaining context from any previous request. So anything you say into Siri with this new operating system will be saved. All the searches, everything you ask Siri to do, it's all going to be saved, and it's going to be training Siri. You will eventually be able to have extended conversations with Siri, and she'll be able to help you do way more intricate tasks than she can right now. So there's an issue there with privacy and Apple sharing information with OpenAI. They claim it'll be absolutely perfectly secure. However, talk to Elon Musk, and he doesn't believe that at all. Right after this announcement by Apple yesterday, Elon Musk tweeted that if Apple does this, if they integrate OpenAI at the operating system level, which is what they're planning to do, then Apple devices will be banned at his companies, and all guests will have to check their Apple devices at the door, and they will be stored in a Faraday cage, which blocks electromagnetic fields.
So can we just go ahead and call Siri Skynet and get it over with?
Yeah. It's already interesting, and you've probably noticed on Facebook, everybody has, that their little AI thing summarizes all the comments for you on somebody's post. So if somebody makes a post, then the Facebook Meta AI will just summarize what people are saying for you.
Yeah.
In case, I guess, you don't want to read the comments.
Right.
So there's that. It's fine. Whatever. I sort of enjoy it. But what Elon Musk says is this is an unacceptable security violation.
Right.
He doesn't want any of these devices roaming around his hallways at his businesses.
I get it.
Because he says there's no way that Apple can make me believe that once they give our information over to OpenAI, it's still secure. He said he doesn't believe it, and he's not going to, they don't have control over it, so he's not going to allow it.
At 7:05 a.m. on Tuesday, June 11, 2024, let me make this perfectly clear. If you embrace AI, you have zero reason to bitch when you lose your job.
Well, I mean, look, automation's been going on for decades.
They are.
It has. It's just electronic now.
But, don't complain when you go into a grocery store and there's no one there. Don't complain when you're sitting on customer service
There's
lines.
not now.
Well, I'm just saying, when it gets worse, don't complain when you're sitting on a customer service line for an hour and 45 minutes waiting through an automated system, because you're embracing AI, so you have zero ground to bitch about it. I don't embrace it.
I don't know that you're going to have a choice. Embrace it or use it.
But again, you're embracing the laziness of home delivery, so you stop going to stores. So they found a way to cut people and go AI because everybody's ordering online anyway.
Well, somebody's got to go around and put that stuff in the grocery cart and then bag it up.
Don't give it time. Don't worry, the robots will do it for you.
You're probably right, but that's going to happen whether we embrace it or not. They're not going to get. My point is, you're not going to have a choice.
But again, we keep opening that door a little further every day.
Again, they're pushing it open. This is being forced on us. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
It's just like anything else. When it comes to technology, what we get used to, they take away and replace it with the next thing.
Every time you embrace your stupid little Instagram AI, comic book, or ancient art photograph maker, you are part of the problem.
I understand.
If we, at some point, and we don't have to go into it now, but talk about Spotify's AI DJ, which I use all the time, it's terrible. It has not learned a thing over the 2 years I've been using it, but I still pop it on.
Maybe AI is more like humans than we thought.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there's a little ways to go before it's perfect, definitely.
Yeah, but
all right.
We keep trying to get there.
Those are your three things.
7-11 on the Morning Blitz. Thick, Kelly, Lewis. AI generated.
Speaking of AI, this is funny. So Amazon in their warehouses, the company uses, and I'm sure there are other big companies that do this too. They use a vacation calendar. Because not everybody can take vacation at the same time. Right. So you go on and you see what's available, and that's how you sign up for your vacation spot.
Yeah.
So Amazon sends out alerts right after new voluntary time off becomes available. But people say the slots are always gone, even if you try to claim one right away, and it's because other employees are using AI bots that snap them up in less than a second.
And then they try to sell them to other people, other employees.
I don't know. I just think that they set their bot to grab, days they want off. So as soon as it becomes available, before anybody even sees that it's available, their bot grabs the days off for them.
That's something.
And it's like, well, you guys, you're in charge of this, Amazon. You ought to be able to control this somehow.
Any way we can screw our fellow man, I guess we try to do.
It's about me, and I'm going to get what I want before everybody else, and if I have to use AI to do it. So in that case, Lewis, they are embracing AI.
Yep.
Amazon didn't even say they're going to address the problem. They say employees know they're not allowed to do it, And they do have safeguards in place to track when bots are being used, but it's obviously not working.
Well, the thing that makes it unfair is I would have no idea how to do that.
Right.
So I'm at a complete disadvantage because I don't know how I would implement something like that to my own advantage.
Yeah, I've never used a bot,
There's no competition.
but that's funny.
There's no fair competition anyway.
You get an alert. Oh, look, the days I wanted are available. No, they're not. Somebody's AI bot got it. The Terminator took your dates.
Your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
It's Godsmack on your morning Blitz. Thick Rick, Lewis, Kelly Quinn.
Wait a minute.
724.
Wait a
What?
minute. Just want to get my coffee over here. Pull up my chair.
For what?
It's story time with Lewis.
Why? I don't understand why you think this is such a good story. I'm curious.
It's just hilarious to me.
So,
I mean, I understand your pain, but it's hilarious. Not your pain, but what is causing it.
So we had a graduation party for the girl in the house over the weekend. Nice event. Plenty of people showed up. Perfect weather on Saturday. You know.
Yeah.
Nothing really to complain about there. But we did, as part of some of the food, we had like little snack foods. You know, cocktail meatballs, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So last night, because Lauren is going to Chicago for a few days, the plan was to try to eat some of the leftovers to get rid of them so we can have space back in the refrigerator again.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. So, mind you, there are... Go ahead and laugh, because I haven't said anything yet, and you're already... So, we had Tupperware containers filled with leftover cocktail meatballs, right? So the boy comes in for his portion of dinner last night, and he was going to take some of the mac and cheese and some of the meatballs. And he does, but in one Tupperware container. And somehow, like, I didn't intend to post this last night, because I went on a rant, and then I just decided I wasn't going to post it, yet I guess it must have posted when I set my phone down, because it posted anyway, and I deleted the post. But, he puts back in the fridge a container with one cocktail meatball left in it.
You got like 30, right?
Yeah. One cocktail meatball left in it. in the container. And I said, Lawrence, like, I think we're going to eat leftovers. I know you won't eat the cocktail meatballs. What do you want? And I said, oh, you know what? I'll just make a chicken wrap. When you go to the store, can you just get me a chicken breast? So that's what I did. So she got chicken breast. So I go into the fridge to get my chicken breast out so I can begin to prepare it. One cocktail meatball in the Tupperware container. And I know this was done because for 6 years, his move has been, I'll leave one thing there so I don't have to wash the dish and put the dish away.
Of course.
Or I'll eat the last granola bar and leave the empty box.
Like leaving half a swallow of milk left
yes.
in the container.
Yes.
We don't even have to wash that.
So I get the container out and I open it and I'm like, one damn meatball. Really? That lazy. You're that lazy. But yes, you are. You never fail to surprise. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So I set it out.
Oh, that is the funniest story.
And then I said,
I understand why you're mad, and I would be too.
What did he say in response?
Nothing. Then I say to Lauren, I'm like, this is what was left in the fridge. And she's like, well, of course it was. So she calls him out to take care of his dish, which he still doesn't do. So then I say something. And I'm like, no, I got it out of the fridge because I wanted everybody to see how one meatball is the epitome of laziness. And then I get told not to insinuate.
I love it.
Not instigate.
30 meatballs, and he leaves one in that container. And he said what?
Nothing. And then he still failed to put it.
No, but why he did it?
Oh, he didn't. I thought I put it away. No, you didn't. You did. But I got it out.
Oh, I thought he said somebody else might want it.
No. Oh, yeah, he did say that.
Oh, you did, right. Yeah, that was the top.
Thought somebody else might want it. It's one cocktail meatball. Yeah, somebody might want a snack.
Okay, I was that age once. And I will say that I used to have a habit of, like, if I dropped an ice cube out of the freezer, I'd just kick it under the fridge.
I still do that.
Instead of picking it up. So I learned that might not be the best way of handling that when I moved out and had to like be responsible for my own stuff. So he may go through a phase once he moves out from your house that involves lots of mold and lots of undone things.
Here's
and
what
things
I'm
set in the fridge for months.
Here's what I'm afraid of. Okay? Here's how my household works. So if I make something for dinner that they don't like, they push it around their plate, pretend to eat it, and then put it in a container.
5-year-old.
Right. And then put it in a container and put it in the fridge where it dies. Okay? But if I have something in the fridge that I've saved, that I have portioned out for my lunch over the course of the week, oh, they'll eat that. Guarantee they'll eat that. That's my world. But I'm afraid when he moves out that his roommates are going to kill him.
Well, that's all part of the learning process.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Truly. I lived with a bunch of girls when I was in college, and you sort of learn by doing the wrong thing how to do the right thing, because they're not your family. They're not going to put up with your crap.
Yeah, he's gonna be somewhere with a roommate. The roommate's gonna bitch at him, and he's gonna go, "Man, my roommate sounds just like Lewis."
In order to get him out of bed, he has a vibrating thing that makes the bed feel like a fault line when it goes off, and they turn around and the whole house shakes. Okay?
Oh God, if you guys could have just seen Lewis.
So let me tell you, when that happens on a regular basis at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, his roommates are going to fill pillowcases full of bags of soap and beat the piss out of him, and they have every right to.
Well, they do what you don't have the nerve to do.
What I should do. But I don't. Instead, I rant about it on the radio because this is therapy.
Doug said you could have made a meatball slider. Goose say he's being considerate leaving a whole meatball for you to have.
Yeah, F off, Goose.
Carrie said teenagers in the household leave 3 chips in a bag.
Oh, that happens too.
1 teaspoon of cereal in the box. I feel you, Lewis.
Doug has a great idea. He says he has a mini fridge with a lock on it. You should implement that.
Oh, there you
Get a
go.
little mini fridge,
Yeah.
put what you want to eat in there, and put a lock on it. Problem solved. I love that idea.
Wait, at least he didn't throw the empty, dirty Tupperware in the fridge.
No, he did.
But I think he means he didn't take all the meatballs and then put it back in the fridge. I imagine some people do that. There's some people that do
I'm
that.
sure.
There is nothing more disheartening, though, if you would have come home from work and really wanted just a little bowl full of meatballs.
Oh, I have.
And you walked in there, and that one little effer's just staring you in the face. Oh, that hurts.
For years, for probably the first 4 years of this experiment, I have heard Lauren rage against the machine about wasting money on food and wasting money on everything else. And I've been good cop. I've been like, it's not that bad. And then I remember the day her and I went out one night, and I remember her saying, they waste money on food and you don't seem to care, kind of thing. We had this discussion, and I'm like, you know what? I am going to make a conscious effort about caring about wasting food and wasting money. So what happens is, I'm to the point now where I understand her pain because I am tired of wasting money cooking dinner that doesn't get eaten. And then what happens is it goes in the refrigerator to die. But then the money that I spent, like Friday's a perfect example. The money that I spent where I had an extra portion of something, I purposely bought more. I'm like, I'll buy more of this because I'll eat it for lunch a couple of days. So I set that aside.
Right.
So then when I go in and what I sat aside for my lunch is gone, now I've wasted money on the initial food that I cooked that no one ate, and now I've got to go back out and waste more money to buy lunch because I thought I already had it in the fridge and it was gone. So it's just, that whole thing is like nails on a chalkboard, and it's just grinding my last nerves. Realistically.
I think it's time for someone to move out, either you or him. I don't know which one.
Doug said for the record, I saw the picture and it was 1 1/3 meatballs. And I saw it too. And Ron said, don't worry, Lewis, his friends were just like him. Derek said his friend is deaf and has that alarm clock, and he says, I guarantee it registers on the Richter scale.
It does, dude. I feel like my neighbors are worried. Like in fact, I did. I walked outside my neighbors underneath their patio furniture, hoping for the end nothing falls on them. Thunderstruck we are on the Morning Blitz. I'm Lewis, that's Dick and Kelly, 7:43, and we all prep for Soundiculous in different ways. Kelly's over there watching her Pepto-Bismol phone with the...
Hey, that's not right.
You said it was Pepto-Bismol.
It is Pepto-Bismol. Listen,
But it's
I
not
got a
the phone,
kickstand.
It's the kickstand.
I got a kickstand case, and I'm loving it, but I ordered like a Dusty Rose, and it came Pepto-Bismol. Doesn't it sort of look
It does.
Pepto-Bismol?
I wouldn't have thought that until you said it, but it does. Kelly's over there watching TikTok's greatest hits. Thick's over here doing calisthenics. And
Hey, man, it worked last week.
And after the cocktail meatball discussion, I believe I still have steam coming out of various portions of me.
So that wasn't the meatballs?
I didn't have any. But here we go.
You didn't have 1 1/3 meatball?
I didn't have any. I made it the whole weekend without touching any balls.
You just didn't want to wash the Tupperware.
That's probably it. Coming up next week, we'll talk about why it takes them 4 days to do a load of laundry.
Oh, hell, my wife does that sometimes. You know, goes in the wash. The next day it goes in the dryer. 2 days later it comes out of the dryer.
Tell you what, Jeff Smith had a hell of an idea that I'm going to try.
Oh, no.
I don't like that.
What is it?
I can't say it, because then I give it away.
Yeah, then they'll know.
But it's
You'll find
good,
it, Kelly.
it's a good
Came in
one.
at 7:34. You can see it.
That's a good one.
All right, rules of Soundiculous, real simple. If you've never heard of the game or played the game, you can buy it, anywhere they sell like board games and stuff and the card games. Cards Against Humanity, you'll find it in that area. It's just a deck of cards with items on it. We pick a card, and we have to make sound effects of the item to get the other people in the studio to guess. And there are easy, medium, and hard, worth 1, 2, and 3 points. And we play 3 rounds, do one of each level, and whoever scores the most points win. If we get somebody to guess what we're making a sound of, we each get the points. That's how that works. And let's see. Lewis, you are playing for Josh today. Kelly, you are playing for Sandra.
All right, Sandra.
And I am playing for Mr. David Dorsey. So, got Daniel Tosh tickets up for grabs. Mershon Auditorium, Sunday, June 16th. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com. And who wants to go? Does anybody want to go first?
Well, no, I let you win last week, so you get to go first.
Oh, I get to pick
Yeah.
who goes first. I'm asking if either of you want to go first.
I don't care.
No?
Yep.
All right.
Makes no difference to me.
Okay. Give me an easy card, Lou. Kelly.
You're going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Rick is studying his card.
I am. I'm trying to pick which one to do.
There are 2 per card. You have to choose one or the other.
I've decided I like to challenge myself, so I want to pick the harder one of the 2, because you have 2 choices on each card. So
You're picking the harder of the easy choices.
what I think is the harder one, yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Gas. Balloon.
Flat tire.
Air compressor. Snake.
Yes. It was snake. So that's a point for me and a point for Lewis.
Who's next?
You are. We go clockwise. So now Lewis picking an easy card. Uh-oh. You know which one you're doing?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You ready,
It's pretty
Kelly?
easy.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Which?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You're up, KQ.
Kelly's got to do the
Okay.
last round of easy here.
There we go. Oh boy.
All right. You ready?
All right, here we go.
Sniff.
Dog. Cat.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Oh, Bugs Bunny.
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Oh.
I don't know if she can say what's up, Doc, but
Yeah, I
she
don't-
did.
I play by my own rules.
You do.
Jeez. Yeah, again, if you're new to the game, not supposed to say any words. You can nod if somebody's close. Oh, man, this is medium? These are both really hard, I feel like. Oh, you know what? Okay, all right. I got this. I think I got this. You guys ready?
Ready?
Sure.
Oh!
Tarzan. Jungle.
Jungle. That was it. 2 points each.
Okay, Lewis, medium card.
You know which one you're going to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Eat, chomp,
Crunch.
bite.
Yes.
Oh.
Bite.
Okay, I'll do my medium one.
Got 2 points on that one, Kelly.
All right, here we go.
Air. Balloon. Balloon. Air compressor. Flat tire. Gas. Aerosol. Hairspray.
Oh, you got it. Aerosol.
Oh, jeez.
That is impressive. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Such a mid-clue.
Man.
It was pretty good. Okay, fix onto the hard card.
Oh, my gosh. These are both hard, too. I think I will try.
Steve's going to try your Tarzan call as his new ringtone.
I didn't know what else to do for jungle, you know. All right, I think all right, let's try this. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Windshield wipers. Skiing. Cross country skiing.
Ah, damn it.
Zipper. Air blower.
Chainsaw.
Hair dryer.
Saw. Kelly got it.
Nice.
I tried to do
right.
a manual one and then an electric one. You know what I mean? So that was hard, right? So that was 3 points,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Lewis, hard card.
Oh, yeah. This one is hard.
You know which one you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Clock. Drum. What? Tap dance?
Yes.
Okay, my hard card. Oh, boy.
This is
All right.
it. This is the last one, right?
Here we go. Ready?
Gun.
Wait. You'll never get this. Click, click.
Toothbrush.
Man.
You'll never get this. You'll never get it.
Click.
Click.
Roller coaster.
Click, click.
Wow.
Boat.
You'll never
Trying
get
to
it.
think. But it sounds familiar.
Does it?
Yeah, kind of.
Let's see.
Think outside the box. Maybe you can come up with it a different way.
Wait. All right. Click, click.
Airplane. Take it off. Seatbelt.
I don't think we're anywhere close.
You're not. It's camera.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Well,
All right.
that was the last one.
That was.
So, Kelly, I think you need to do another one because we have a tie right now.
Oh. I have to do it?
I think so, yeah, because Lewis and I are tied. So I feel like that's the fairest way to do it, right?
Okay. Can I just do an easy one? I have to do a hard one?
I don't care.
All right. I have to say a word, but I'm going to do it.
You have to say a word.
These are special circumstances.
Why?
All right. You ready? If you get it before I say the word, then great. If not, then too bad. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yawn. Monster.
Brains.
Frankenstein. Zombie.
Yeah! Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I did it 2 weeks in a row. Or did you just let me win for the second week in a row?
You think what you want.
No, I know better. Because I know you're too competitive. You're not letting anybody win.
Did I? Was I?
Yes.
Are you sure?
How many weeks in a row did you win? Yeah, give me a break.
I mean, whatever helps you feel better about your victory.
David Dorsey, you and your brother are going to see Daniel Tosh. And again, that show is coming up at Mershon Auditorium on June 16th. That's actually this Sunday. So if you want tickets, Ticketmaster.com.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Several Columbus area law enforcement agencies are cracking down on street racing along a section of 270. Remember we were talking several weeks ago about whether people are noticing more traffic officers on the road enforcing speed limits. Well, indeed they are.
I have definitely.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is working with the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the Hilliard Police Department and the Dublin Police Department to put a stop to, I guess there's just a bunch of really dangerous speeding on that section of the freeway through Dublin and Hilliard. So Hilliard police say they made nearly 30 traffic stops this past Friday. One driver was recorded traveling at close to 110 miles per hour. That's nuts.
Are these all cars?
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't specify.
Because, I mean, we hear these races. We can hear them from our house.
Yeah.
And we hear them all the time at night. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can tell that they are racing.
Racing.
Yes.
Right. So they said one person was clocked at 110 miles per hour. Another person in the Dublin area clocked at nearly 100 miles per hour on Friday. So I guess they're really trying to sort of instill some fear in people with speeding and all that. So
the reason I asked if they were all cars is because there's also some known racers known as the Hilliard Bike Gang.
Okay.
You know, they just race.
Yeah, either way, you're going to get busted, I guess, if you're doing it on 270 in Hilliard or Dublin.
Right between Cemetery and Roberts Road, that's where it's happening.
You can really pick up some speed, too, on the north end of the Outer Belt.
Yeah.
Once you pass, I want to say 71 or so, if you're on 270 going west.
Yeah, because now you're kind of going downhill.
Yeah, and it's like no man's land almost. It's like it's wide open. There are like a million lanes. Yeah. And people just fly down there. People. Not me. No. All right, a 17-year-old boy. This is an absolute nightmare of a story. A 17-year-old boy who was trying to return a BB gun to a sporting goods store in Washington was shot and killed by an off-duty security guard who thought the teen was going to try to rob the store with the BB gun he was trying to return. I don't know, man. The teenager's name is Hazrat Ali Rohani, and he died of multiple gunshot wounds in the incident outside a Big Five sporting goods store last week. 51-year-old Aaron Brown Myers has been charged with murder and is being held in jail on a $2 million bond.
Oh, that is just terrible.
Yeah, awful.
I wonder how he was carrying it. I mean, what in the world made him shoot? I don't know.
I don't know. But you're off duty, pal, so I don't know. That's another part of the story that's like you're a security guard. I don't know what happened there. It's just a really sad story. All right. Florida. The state of Florida is done with the unchecked power of HOAs and their ability to threaten people over really trivial matters. I read a couple of stories about HOA ridiculousness. In Florida, somebody was fined and denied, not fined, they were denied decorative door hinges. Hinges, not the door. The door's in full compliance. They wanted these decorative hinges, and the HOA said no, and if you install them, we'll fine you. Okay, so that's silly.
These are people who have never had control over anything in their lives, and now they're on a power trip.
Also in Florida, a Vietnam veteran was threatened because his dog in his condo, it was a condo HOA, and his dog, they had a weight limit on dogs, not like a vicious dog limit. They had a weight limit on dogs, and his
It could only be so big?
dog was 6 pounds over the weight limit.
Well, it was his birthday. He ate a lot yesterday.
So I don't know. And he was also like a support animal, and this is a Vietnam vet. I don't know how you can put a weight limit. I mean, I guess I can see a breed restriction, even though don't text me. I understand that it's like silly. But I guess I heard of a breed restriction, but not a weight limit on dogs. So silly. Anyway, so let me tell you what Florida has done. They passed a law that starting July 1st, there are enormous curbs now on all HOAs in the state of Florida. They will no longer be able to cite or fine a resident for a small matter, like leaving trash cans out beyond collection day, or micromanaging the height of hedges, or how long a resident can leave up Christmas lights, for instance. So they cannot fine people for that anymore. They're prohibited from doing that. If you want to become an HOA board member in Florida, you will be required to be trained and regulated, and you'll be subject to misdemeanor charges if you go outside this Florida law.
Wow.
Across the U.S., an estimated 3 in 10 people live in communities with HOAs, and I know people have had bad interactions and bad, experiences with HOAs. I know they can do some good in areas and help keep things looking beautiful, but people have got some really weird stories about HOA members coming onto their property, fighting with them, fining them, threatening them.
Oh, yeah.
There was an HOA near Miami, Florida, that was cited in this Guardian story, where 6 HOA members were arrested because, first of all, they raised the HOA, your rates that you have to pay to be, in the neighborhood by 300%, and then they stole $2 million from the funds. So I think that prompted this, and they're like, no more HOA people being out of control here. We're putting a massive curb on this.
See, we don't have one, and I kind of want one, but I just want it for the basics, and I feel like somebody will take it well beyond that.
What basics?
Well, just like you got to mow your grass once every couple of weeks at least, no cars up on bricks in the front yard kind of stuff.
What's wrong with that? Sometimes you got to do some work.
I don't care what color you paint your house. I don't care, about all that stuff. I don't care about your hinges on your door, but just basic,
That's
so that
the
we
thing.
don't destroy the property value of the entire neighborhood kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
What will the HOA say about your neighbor's middle finger flag? I'm sure that's a violation.
Yeah, they love to really start meddling.
Yeah, see, I don't, people's flags are people's flags. I don't care about that.
Why don't you,
that doesn't change property
rather
value.
than start an HOA and make your neighbors miserable, why don't you offer to mow your neighbor's lawn? Just offer to do that. Say, hey, man, I'd love to, if you can't do it, I'd love to mow your lawn.
I gotta mow my own damn lawn.
Right, but I'm just saying you could be a good neighbor instead of making everyone.
They could be a good neighbor and mow their own damn lawn.
You're exactly right.
Wow, Kelly.
No, but I'm saying you're exactly right about that. They should be doing it, but since they're not, maybe they've got a circumstance in which they can't do it.
No, they don't.
So
I know for a fact
you could
they don't.
offer.
They have mowed it before.
All right.
Did you see what Bobby said? And his Muirfield HOA told a guy he couldn't put a certain roof on his house. He did it anyway. Went on vacation, came home. They took his roof off while he was on vacation.
What? Now that
can't
to
be
me is
legal.
crazy.
That cannot be legal. You can you want to fine them or tell him he has to change it back or move. I don't know if you can legally do that, but you can't not tell me you can legally remove the guy's roof.
I don't think you want one. I dealt with one when I had my condo, and
It's difficult.
yeah. They do things that you appreciate, but at the same time, it becomes annoying. And I think the other problem is you have neighbors that drink the HOA Kool-Aid and make it worse.
Yeah, like Jimmy the Paperboy said, F the HOA, I have to move my garden. Like, they're controlling where you put a garden on your own property.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
silly.
I don't need all that.
You own that.
Don't need all that.
But
And
I don't know.
I guarantee you every neighborhood has an HOA hall monitor, whether they asked for one or not.
my brother-in-law and sister-in-law just built a home, a year ago in Charleston, South Carolina. And they chose their home color, and basically they had to fight with their HOA to allow the color they chose for their home because there was a neighbor a few doors down with the same color, and it was not enough distance between that color of houses.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing.
It's like guaranteed there's the one woman or man in your neighborhood with nothing better to do that will go down and be, the HOA says you have to park at least 6 inches from the curb, and I measured, you're only 4.5.
Right.
That's a violation.
Yes.
I'm going to have to call this in.
Those are your 3 things.
They're the Smashing Pumpkins on your morning blitz. It's Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and I would be Lewis. Good morning. 8:23.
Well, I got a lot of texts. I don't think I want an HOA.
Yeah, I don't know why you would.
There's some fishy stuff, man. Like Stephanie said that they've asked their HOA president to show them the books, and they refuse to do so. She says it's super suspect. And so we got to ask Sugar about that tomorrow. Is the HOA president, can they hide that, or do they have to show where all the money goes in an HOA?
They can hide it. That is why Florida expressly said in their brand new law that upon request, HOAs have to make their books open.
I don't know. I mean, this is supposed to be a community situation everybody's paying into to improve the community. You should get to know. There should be a website showing where every penny goes. But of course, again, I feel that way about our government, too.
You're buying a house, and then you're essentially paying a monthly fee for someone to tell you what you can and cannot do with the house that you bought.
No,
Stephanie says her condo association, it's $600 a month.
Oh, my
condo
gosh.
fees.
That's what mine was.
And they're not even getting mulch this year because the president of their HOA says there's not enough money. $600 a month she's paying. They said you can lay your own mulch, but we won't reimburse you for it.
And this is the guy that won't show the books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mine.
That's
mine
BS,
man. I think mine was right around that, and it was for upkeep of the property and the pool, and, they plow your streets and all that kind of stuff. But again, I remember we painted our door and had to repaint it back. And it wasn't that we painted it like an outlandish color.
Right.
I think we painted it blue instead of green. I don't know. Because to me, I'm sorry to anybody who likes it, forest green there's no more 90s color on the planet than forest green.
Panel brown.
Or teal. Forest
that's
green.
70s, I guess.
Forest green and teal. If you have forest green and teal, raise your hand, you're screaming 90s.
Yeah.
But we painted our door from forest green to blue. You can't do that.
We got a picture from Dustin, who lives in Johnstown. He says on the Licking County bike trail, he said, what would an HOA do about this? And the picture shows 4 cows just completely blocking the bike path.
Oh, my gosh, look at that.
They'd come shoot them.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody's cows got out.
Where is that?
That's on the Licking County bike trail in Johnstown.
Sorry about your cows. HOA violation. We had to shoot them.
There are all the times on Nextdoor and on our little neighborhood Facebook group, the same dogs get out all the time. The same dogs are jumping the fences all the time. Everybody's corralling somebody's cow or horses, or somebody's horse is running wild behind my property. All that kind of stuff happens. I absolutely love it. It is a great community.
Look, those cows got loose. You don't F with the HOA. I'll pull out my Glock and cap ya.
All right, this sounds a little outlandish to me. I like ketchup on my burger and on my French fries, but I don't think I want ketchup on my Kit Kat bar.
Gross.
Does that even sound appealing at all?
No.
Oh, not to me.
Not at all.
People are doing this on social media, and they're slathering them up, and people are saying it works. Now, there are people who say, I'll never do that again, but some people are saying it works. Here is a TikToker. His name's One Big Pike, giving it a try.
Kit Kat with ketchup, surprisingly good. Well, I have my doubts about this, but let's give it a try here.
It's sick.
Kit Kat. Ketchup. Gotta get it in the nooks and crannies. Does the government know about this? This feels illegal. This should be illegal. Why does that work?
So he likes it a lot.
Good for him.
It's a hard pass.
It has divided a lot of people. They're very upset.
Can I tell you what?
I don't understand why, but okay.
Kit Kat is on my list of things that have ruined things for me. Right there with Oreos. And I'm not talking about the price.
How does an Oreo ruin anything?
Well, over the last couple of years, Oreo has put out all these different flavors. Like, kettle corn was one of my favorite Oreo flavors.
Okay.
The cinnamon churro that there's out is pretty damn good.
Okay.
On the Kit Kat side, you had the blueberry Kit Kat, the birthday cake Kit Kat. I believe also now there's like a Boston cream donut Kit Kat. Because of all these other flavors, I'm digging every flavor but the original. If I see just the original now, I'm like, it's just the original. I don't want that.
Okay.
So they ruined it for me.
Oh, well.
With their many flavor creations.
So just buy the flavor creation.
Sometimes they're not there anymore, Thick.
Well, that's called a limited edition.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
But what I'm saying is the limited edition flavors have tainted the original.
Red Lobster still wishing they'd have made their endless shrimp a limited edition.
I don't really see how that relates.
Because they want you to go back to buying the regular Kit Kats once in a while.
Do you guys like a limited edition flavor better than the original in anything?
I'm trying to think if I've ever purchased a limited edition anything.
Okay.
I like my OGs. I like a regular Oreo. I like regular potato chips. I'll go so far as to get a barbecue potato chip, but nothing limited edition. I don't want your churro flavored potato chips. Not interested.
The Oreo, the Max Cream. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see those. I don't know if it's limited, but I don't see them everywhere.
Okay, see, I
often.
like the Oreo. They had the s'mores Oreos for a while. Those were pretty good. They had the blueberry Oreos for a while. Those are pretty good.
As long as they're still selling the regular ones, I don't care.
Okay. See, I kind of move away from that. That's just the regular. I did see something that messed me up the other day. Salsa Fresca potato chips. Why do I want my potato chips to taste like my chips and salsa? Why don't I just get chips and salsa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of seems like you reached out too far on that one.
I've always loved Doritos with the chili, the purple
Sweet
bag.
chili.
I don't want the regular ones anymore.
That's what I'm talking
But it's
about.
not limited. They're always there for me.
Okay, that's
the purple
fine.
bag is always there.
Do they still have the taco flavored Doritos?
I think so.
When
Yeah.
I was a kid, I used to love those, but I haven't purchased them since I was probably 16.
The barbecue Doritos are legit.
So, by the way, Heinz and Kit Kat, they're gonna do a collab.
Pass. I don't want ketchup
anything to do
flavored
with
Kit
it.
Kat.
They call it the Kit Ketchup.
Yeah, you can Kit ketchup that right out of my pantry. Avenge Sevenfold on the Morning Blitz, 8:41 with Thick Kelly and Lewis and Mike Funk. I found the hot mustard Doritos. They were back last week. I bought a bag at Meijer in Canal.
Delish.
They're so good. They taste like McDonald's hot mustard sauce.
Yum. Sounds good.
Yeah, legit good. But I saw a small bag in the grocery store or like the gas station in Groveport, and I grabbed a bag, and then I was at Meijer in Canal Winchester, and I grabbed the big bag. So they are back. I don't know if it's just for the summer, but you better believe that I will stock up while they're there.
I've never tried those.
You haven't tried those?
Uh-uh.
It tastes just like, if you like McDonald's hot mustard sauce for your chicken McNuggets,
I do.
Then you will like these chips. That's exactly what it tastes like.
All right. Mike was going crazy.
Yeah.
Texting. Where are they? I will drive.
Yeah. That's where they are. At least that's where I saw them. Somebody else might see them someplace else, but those are the two locations that I saw them in.
All right, Lewis, I know you're a bit of a gearhead.
I try to be. I'm not great, but I
know, but
you will
you will look up a YouTube video and try to fix anything yourself.
If I can.
Yeah. So I'm guessing if your check engine light comes on, you're probably on it right away, aren't you?
Yeah, I have a scanner just so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, you even have a scanner. Okay. Kelly, what about you? What if your check engine light comes on?
I just tell my husband, and he takes it to Mount Vernon with him and gets his guy to look at it.
All right.
Okay.
The average person spends about $438 a year on car maintenance. The average. That's the average. I would have thought that would be higher for some reason. Just as expensive because of how expensive it is now. I mean, if you're just, basic maintenance, I get that. That would cover it, but
yeah, I was literally having a conversation about this at Full Throttle Thursday last week with a couple of different people about doing maintenance on cars.
Yeah.
I would think that would be higher too, but I mean, again, if you're taking it to a dealership, that cost has got to be higher.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they estimate that we spend about $6,300 in total servicing our current car. Now, I've done tires twice, 2 brake jobs. So, yeah, and then, the 50,000 mile maintenance and the oil changes. Yeah, I'm definitely at that. I have to be at $6,300, I'm sure. So that makes sense. But when that check engine light comes on, if you don't have a Charlie at home, where do you go?
Dustin says he goes to Howland's Auto House in Heath. It's the only place he'll take his vet.
They polled 2,000 Americans, and the majority of them, when asked, do you know a good mechanic, said, nope. Most people do not know a good mechanic. They may know one, don't know he's a good mechanic. I don't know. But, man, I just, it's hard to trust anybody anywhere anymore. It really is. Only 13% said they knew a mechanic, like Charlie's going to go to the same person all the time, right?
That's right.
Because he knows a good mechanic. Mm-hmm. He's one of the 13%. What do? How do you? I mean, you can't trust reviews.
Here's the long game for you. Encourage your graduating kids to go into auto mechanics, go into no kidding. It's a great career. People will pay for your skills. Yes.
They'll leave one meatball in the Tupperware bowl, but they know how to fix cars.
Not really.
Go into plumbing. Go into HVAC. Go into things that people absolutely need. You will never not be working. So that's kind of the long game. If you can encourage, unless your kids are really into going to college, then encourage them to be an attorney because you'll probably need one at some time in your life.
Steve said usually friends and family contact me when their vehicle's broke. I wish I didn't know anything sometimes. I'm with you there.
Yeah, that's what happens when you end up knowing how to do that stuff.
I look at it on a cost thing. Can I save why would I pay $70 or $60 to have my oil changed when I can change it myself?
Right. I understand that.
It's not hard to do.
Can you lube too?
Oh, I can lube.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with cars, but yes.
Well, usually you get an oil change and a lube, Oh.
Sure.
Lori Kays swears by Jesse Bowen and Obits. Hands down the best mechanic she knows.
Okay.
Byron says he always trusts tire discounters if there's something he can't do himself.
That's where I go.
Okay.
That's where I go. There's one right around the corner from me, and
I tore
apart
everything
done there.
The sole reason I tore apart my engine was to save myself $1,200.
Okay, and Doug Rogers said my oil cooler. Oil cooler? I didn't even know it was an oil cooler.
Oil cooler. I know.
Okay.
I had to replace one of those.
I'm not a car dude at all. I know, and I wish I was sometimes. But he said it went out. The oil cooler went out about a month and a half ago. He was going to take it to a shop, but he watched a couple YouTube videos and was able to fix it himself and save $1,200.
Yeah, my oil cooler in my Roadster is right next to where the oil filter is. You take the filter off, and then the cooler is behind it. You take that off. It's not hard to do. It's just time consuming. It's messy, but it's not hard to do.
Tristan says Luke's Auto here in Columbus. Very happy with how they treated his car.
Where's that?
Here in Columbus.
Yeah, Amber said Moore's in downtown Mansfield.
Richie said, I highly recommend going into a motorcycle mechanics. We're always looking to upgrade our bikes and do different things. I would imagine, yeah.
All right.
Jacob says YouTube is his
mechanic. Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people. Got another one, Emerson Automotive in Orient.
Jen said Scoop at Dealer Tech in Whitehall.
Ronnie says Wayne's Auto, Westerville. Ask for Nick.
See, those are the kind that I like. They're not chains, Wayne's Auto, ask for Nick. That's like somebody I think I would go see,
Again, I think it depends on how complex the job is that you want to do, or how much you're willing to pay. If you know it's be a costly thing. Sorry, I had a hiccup. You know what I mean? Bridget said Joe at Ohio Auto Care.
All right.
But I'm with you, Kelly, especially when you have a lot of people that have had it ingrained in their heads that you got to go to college to get a job, and now you're seeing a greater influx of people graduating college that can't find jobs more so than ever. Go into a trade. A trade is not a bad thing. You're going to have a job in some capacity. Most people, if you're like me, I don't mess with a pipe. I call a plumber. Because I don't want to break something and have water in my walls that I can't get out.
Yeah, there are a million great options if you don't really want to go to college. Last week I was hyping up being a firefighter. I had a neighbor in Westerville who was a firefighter. I don't know how long he was doing. He was getting ready to retire, still young. And his retirement was amazing. It is a scary job, and you have to be brave and you have to be strong. But if you can do that, do it. Same with being an auto mechanic. Being a plumber, like I said, an electrician, HVAC, anything like that we absolutely need so badly and can't do ourselves.
Yeah. And people, that's mass industry because everybody's got that stuff. Everybody, needs that. Tristan, by the way, said that Luke's is off Sinclair Road.
Carla said she'll second Wayne's Auto. Brandon said there's nothing to lube on most modern vehicles. Some trucks
is that
still
right?
have grease fillings. The majority of them are sealed. Most oil changes places don't even check anymore.
See, I didn't know that.
And Carlson
idea.
Ventures in Delaware.
All right.
Beanie's Auto in Reynoldsburg is veteran-owned, according to Paul.
This poll found that we spend an average of 15 minutes looking at online reviews before we settle on someone. We look at good reviews more than bad, but both matter. I think, when I see, you'll see them, there'll be a bunch of 4 and 5 stars, and then there'll be a handful of 1 stars, and you'll look at the 1 stars, but it's like, okay, people have a bad day, something can go wrong, mistakes can be made, but if you got, 95% 4 and 5 star reviews, then I think you're probably okay. And, just like Charlie Kelly, when we find somebody that we trust, we will never, ever stop going there.
Yep.
We're never going to leave them. And that makes sense. By the way, if you consider yourself a regular customer of somebody, you have to have been there at least 7 times. This is what the poll said. 7 visits, and then you can call yourself a regular customer. So, but no, I just, Lewis, you do all this stuff, and you always talk about, this YouTube video and that YouTube video, and you're able to do this stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm so afraid I'm going to screw something up.
I get that way. I'm not going to lie. And again, I will never call myself an expert. I won't fix anybody else's stuff. I'll fix mine if I can.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want the responsibility of somebody else's.
I was able to replace the starter on my old boat and it worked perfect.
And it makes you feel so good.
Yeah, with a YouTube video. I was like, damn, I did it.
Yeah, someone said I just did a water pump, serpentine belt, and idle pulley over the weekend on my Mercedes CLK 320. It's been broken down for 2 years. $1,500 was the cheapest quote I received. Prior to this, I'd only ever changed oil. YouTube videos and good friends' advice with questions got me through it on my own. Runs great again. The confidence gain was worth every minute. That's how I felt when I took my engine apart. I'd never taken an engine apart before, but I must have watched the same guy do it 7 times. And then I was like, all right, I think I can do this. And you feel good about it when you're done. Again, but I also think Lori said something about her dad being her mechanic, and then everywhere she goes, somebody's always trying to upsell her something. Yeah, that annoys me. And then when I look at something, and what I will do is I'll go, okay, what's the average cost to mount and balance tires?
Yeah.
And then I'll figure out and if I go someplace and they're quoting me more than what sorry, bye.
Matt said the scam of college was pushed for so long, there's an entire generation missing in the trades. They need new people, bad, as they're all retiring out. You didn't read that, did you, Kelly?
No.
Oh, okay. We're also starting to get texts of places to stay away from. I'm not going to read those, obviously, but I appreciate them.
Silence said Waldo Tire and Automotive in Waldo. Great price, great work, and does a lot for the community, too. That's cool.
Got a Marty's Auto Repair and Performance in Commercial Point. Dude is awesome. And then there was another one. Oh, I lost it. It was a veteran-owned place.
I mentioned that one already.
Oh, good, yeah. Oh, Beanie's? Beanie's Auto in Reynoldsburg?
Yep, I mentioned that.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure Paul texted that in.
Yep.
So, Steve said news of bad experience travels much faster than news of good experience. That's absolutely true. A lot of people won't write a review unless they have something bad to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that happens a lot. But, yeah, I was just curious, because, again, so few people know a good mechanic.
Somebody did you guys read this? Kyle in Newark is good. So we go around Newark and start shouting for Kyle.
Hey, Kyle! Kyle!
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Former President Trump is expected to announce his running mate next month at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. That kicks off July 15th. And Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio has reportedly received a vetting request from the Trump campaign, as have North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Senators Marco Rubio from Florida, and Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina. So I guess J.D. Vance is on the short list, and we will find out next month who Trump chooses. The ice cream chain Cold Stone Creamery is being sued over its pistachio ice cream. This New York woman filed a lawsuit just basically claiming she purchased this pistachio ice cream and there are 0 pistachios in it. It's just pistachio flavoring, which I find to be silly. It's silly. If you don't see any chunks in there, there are no pistachios. But I will say on Cold Stone's behalf, pistachios are so expensive. Have you ever priced those bad boys out?
Oh, yeah, they are. I
It's
know.
insane
Oh, my
to get a bag of them.
gosh.
I love them,
Yeah.
but I refuse to pay $7 for a bag of nuts.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
I got my own nuts for free.
These are things. That's something that we usually get like at Christmas time. You
Right,
know,
something
it's-
special.
Yeah.
Like you can't afford it for everyday use.
No. Hell,
What do you have, a
and-
chandelier?
Yeah. Speaking of nuts, I just got an invite for a ball strike. I'm not sure that's on my list of things. Do you guys get that, or is it just me?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either, but I'm not participating in a ball strike. Thank you very much.
I mean, unless we're talking about soccer.
Well, let me tell you about this New York City man in his 30s who should go on a ball strike because he just got done sexing it up throughout Greece, England, and California. And we now have the first case of a brand new, highly contagious STD in the U.S.
Well, I mean, you combine Greece, England, and California.
So the STD is called Trichophyton mentgrophites type 7. Or they shortened it to TMZ. Not TMZ, I'm so sorry. It's TM7.
I
Oops.
knew TMZ was the problem.
No, TM7. And it's a type of ringworm. It's not fatal, but it is extremely hard to treat. So this New York City guy, he comes home after this gigantic sex trip or whatever the heck he was doing, having a good time, let's say that. He was infected on his butt, on his genitals, and down his legs.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
So
That's what happens when you let the whores come to town.
it took over 4 months for this guy to heal. They had to use 3 different types of antifungal meds to treat this thing. They couldn't get rid of it. But last year in France, there were 13 cases of this TM7 diagnosed. 12 were male. 12 were men who were having sex with men. 1 was a woman having sex with men. So I guess let this be a lesson to not have sex with men that you don't know.
Would it
For everyone.
Is it if you get an STD named after you? Is that a badge of honor?
I mean,
I mean, if they create a new STD because
like
of
the
you,
Lewis.
yeah,
Oh,
What?
you know.
got the Lou again.
He came down with the Lewis again.
What celebrity's name most sounds like an STD?
I don't know.
Celebrity's name?
Yeah.
No idea. Do you've got one?
Peter Dinklage.
Okay. All right. I can
He's
see that.
55 today. Let's not. Come on, Tyrion drinks and knows things.
That's not very nice, though.
That isn't. I'm just asking if an STD is created because of you, is that a badge of honor?
I mean, I know it's not a badge of honor, but you should have it named after you to teach you a harsh lesson that you should probably get test results before you go, freaking
Just open it up like it's Christmas at the
hooping
ball.
it up through Greece.
I mean, what?
But I guess in the midst of passion, I don't know, guys, but I definitely don't want ringworm
TM
on places that you
TM7.
don't want ringworm.
TM7.
Or Doug said, let's just call it Lewis Complex Type 2.
It is all fun and games until someone gets herpes.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I'll say hard to treat as well.
Although I'm the guy who says, is it a badge of honor if you get an STD named after you? But the one endorsement that I would not take would be Valtrex, because I don't want anybody, hey, you're the Valtrex guy. No, I'm not. Because you couldn't live that down. So maybe it's not quite the badge of honor I thought it might be.
I don't know. How much are they paying? Honestly, how much are they paying?
I mean,
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I'll tote almost anything. I know, tout. I'll tout almost anything, not tote.
Yeah.
Good God, I do not
How
want
mu-
to tote an
Okay.
STD. I'll tout anything.
If I'm endangering the reputation of my taint, how many houses am I going to be able to buy with my Valtrex cash?
Right, and then you can hide away in your house and not worry
Right.
about it anymore.
Loopies.
Loopies. Oh, I like that.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Diagnosed with Loopies type 4.
20% of the population has an STD. That's crazy.
Oh.
That's a lot.
How many did you say?
20%?
20%. So there is a 1 in 5 chance
Thick rickets.
that you are going to be contracting something if you don't protect yourself out there, people. Be careful.
It's true.
All right? Those are your 3 things.
1 in 6 of us has herpes, so here's a handy, useful tip. 5 of your partners are just fine, but the next one has a funky lip.
Kelly's dying.
Byron said that dude went on a thundersticking tour. Yes, he did.
That funky lip. That is great.
Careful. They're out there, people.
Well, if you get that intimate where you're super naked with somebody else, make sure they don't have any itchy circular red patches. Okay? Do yourself a favor.
Yeah. In fact, if you see some form of medicated cream, run.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Do the bathroom cabinet tour before you do anything.
Real quick.
Gotcha.
Oh. Prescription strength. That can't be good.
Was that
right next to the penicillin bottle?
Was that the third thing?
That was.
Oh, okay. We're done?
Yeah.
All right. Mostly sunny today, high 76. It's going to be beautiful. Sunny tomorrow, 83. And then we get up. Well, now it doesn't look like we're going to hit 90 now. It's going to be mid to upper 80s for the weekend. It was supposed to be like 91, 92, but a little cooler, so that's better. What?
Clay says, Lewis is known as the erectile dysfunction guy. Don't confuse him with the STD guy.
I am the testosterone guy.
Oh, okay. So the Lewis is a limp issue.
Oh.
No.
Is that what that is?
Great. Now I got to post some special content on my OnlyFans. I hope you're happy.
Oh, jeez. Kelly, have a great day.
You too.